Hello, my friends, my sisters, and my brothers. What a beautiful day. I mean, this is Saturday. This is the 18th of April. This is one of my baby daughter's birthday. She's 20 today. 20. Man, oh man, oh man. I was 50 years old when she decided that that process would take place. But check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is also a different day than yesterday. But the work of the day is required. And it's kind of stressed out by the unfinished work of yesterday. But be that as it may, it is what it is. And we know what we want, and there's some certain things we have to do in order to achieve it, and we're willing to do that because it's all good. I come today and I want to spend my time talking to the criminal element. The criminal element. Those of you who commit crimes, those of you who are in jail, who are in prisons, those of you who are planning to commit crimes right now. I want to talk to you today. I want to share some information with you that I'm sure you are already aware of it, but you can't believe it, even though you know it's true. What are my qualifications? Well, you can call me a criminal. I'm a criminal for all kinds of reasons. I'm a criminal for being in the military and refusing to follow orders when I disagree with the commanding officer there. Or should I say, the chief. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's violations. And I want to tell you, one of the most wonderful things that ever happened to me in relationship to being obedient, to understanding. I was put in the Briggs in the Philippines. And having spent a few days there, the other guys began to want to have a conversation with me. They saw so much comfort. They saw so much peace in me. And I was glad to have a conversation with my brothers and my sisters about what I knew that they did not know. The crimes for which they had committed, they were only partly responsible in. They didn't understand exactly what I meant when I said partly responsible. The other part is the system. The other part of it is that we, the people, all of us who call ourselves outside of a crime, we play the other part. And when I begin to express that in such a way, depending upon each individual's situation, man, word got around and I got put in solitary confinement for relieving the pain of my brothers and sisters by telling them the truth. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know, my brothers and my sisters, I'm not talking to you about something I read. I'm talking to you what I've been taught. And I would dare not try to take advantage of you. And then there are so many things I've been telling you about the positive side that you would understand as being positive, but this part is just as positive, but you would understand it as being positive. You think it might be negative, but I'm coming with it anyway. I remember here in the 90s here in Minnesota, you know, back in those days, the drug business was really popping. The gang business was out of sight. There was this gang in Minnesota. I remember back in those days, Louis Farrakhan came to Minnesota, bringing the gangs together to have a conversation with them, see if he can give them an awakening that would cause them to maybe want to redirect their energies. It was a several-day event, and the gangs came together, conversations were taken, speeches were made, and so on and so forth. But I remember shortly after that, the message that I had, it wasn't talked about. And so I decided that I wanted to meet with one of the gang leaders in Minneapolis. So I contacted him, made arrangements. His name was Sharif Willis. We made arrangements to meet. And on another occasion, I was with some brothers, and we were just talking about the struggles to go forward and liberate our brothers and sisters, to liberate mankind from mankind. At least that was my approach. And one of the brothers knew about the situation when I shared with him what I'm sharing with you. And he wanted to go with me. He thought this would be a momentous moment. So he wanted to share, to maybe offer some information relative to the other side of town. And so, in other words, he was a white guy. And so when I went over on that day to meet with my friend Sharif, there were a couple of guys together and a preacher. A preacher was with Sharif, which indicates that he was understanding the situation that he found himself in, and he didn't want to appear ignorant and stupid. So by the fact that he had a preacher with him giving him guidance indicates to me that he was well aware of what the problem was. He just did not know how to deal with it, or should I say the way he had chosen to deal with it was not getting the ends that he wanted. I didn't think, but maybe he did. Anyway, to make the long story short, I wasn't able to meet with him because of the white guy. He told me that if I had been by myself, he would have talked with me. But one of the other guys that I talked to, I wanted to share with him. He wanted to know if my conversation involved them getting a check. In other words, the price of life was very expensive. And if he had to give up some time talking about anything, does it put money in his hand? And if not, they weren't interested. That wasn't the consensus of the meeting. We didn't have the meeting, but this is just a conversation. So I understood that. I understood that quite well. It's all about the paper. I just saw something on the internet. I heard one of these guys, I believe his name is a Kennedy or something like that, senator. And he was saying corporations need to make money. So it's time for the people to go back to work, open up these towns. So what they're actually saying is money got to be made. And so you come on back out of there and go to work, and if some of you died, then you just open up the place for a new employment. But now somebody else is getting a job benefiting from someone else's death. Everybody dying to benefit the corporation, or everybody dying to benefit those who are making money. Well, see, that's that part of the system that I tell the criminals about. That's that part of the system that denies them their basic rights to freedom and prosperity and joy. And they find themselves in a position where they either have to take it when they know it's not right, or they have to stand up and knowing that they might get caught. But they'll do it because they feel it's the only way. And maybe one day society will wake up like now. Well, this is a reality, ladies and gentlemen. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Listen to this. I once worked for a group called Rothschild, and I had to handle some of their money. And you heard my message. All you got to do is go back to my videos and you can see what I've been talking to you all the time about. There's no shame in my game. I give it to you quite liberally. Well, the message that I bring about this peace, this prosperity, this freedom, this new way of doing things where everybody's satisfied, nobody has a reason to lie, to cheat, to steal, or do any of these things. That message that is so genuine, that I have been given, that I have been shown, know exactly how it's supposed to be done, and I put it on tape where it doesn't have to be me. You can do it. You can do it. And it's none of the normals. No, my friend. It's from the spirit. Some people may say it's from their imagination. Well, some of your greatest, most renowned individuals that ever lived came from outside the box. And this is definitely outside the box, as far as I can see, especially from what I've experienced. So one day, my friends, I stole, let me say it again. I used to didn't like the word stole, because stole seemed like you're trying to sneak and do something. I wasn't sneaking, I was taking. But you would probably prefer the word stole. So I stole $20,000. I stole $20,000. Now that's a criminal act, is it not? Why did I do that? Because The message that I bring to you, ladies and gentlemen, is real. The message is the answer to your prayers. I'm confident beyond a shadow of doubt. And if you could ever wake up and see that, you think God has just loved you and kissed you. So it's worth me knowing that this is true, to take a chance. Take a chance. You might get it. And if you get it, then the crime was worth it. If you didn't get it, I'll go to jail and do the time. You didn't get it, I went to jail and did the time. But I haven't stopped. The last day I was released from prison, Stillwater Prison, was September, no, it was 9/11. 9/11. The planes were going in and I was coming out. Oh, my heart. Ooh, I heard it. I heard it so bad. I heard it, ladies and gentlemen, because I saw what happened. I saw these planes or whatever. In my mind's eye, they were going into this building. I saw it. And here I was been in prison for trying to show you how to avoid any kind of stuff like this. Showing you how to really live as though it's in a dream. Golly. But no one wanted to hear that. I paid the price for trying to get you the message. And now the planes are going into the buildings. Ladies and gentlemen, my sisters and brothers, those of you who are in jail, those of you who have been committing little minor crimes, smoking weed, selling weed, stealing, hitting somebody side the head, maybe robbing them, all that kind of stuff. It never have to happen. But who cared? Who cared? Nobody cared. They left the situation just like it is even today. For those same type of actions to continue to happen. And somebody comes along and tells them how you can stop them, they don't care. How do you think I felt, ladies and gentlemen? I've been talking about your love, talking about the peace, the prosperity, the freedom, talking about the joy, not because it's me, but because it's the power that I'm telling you about, that you can't see, you can't touch, but it is more dynamic and more wonderful than coronavirus. But it's just as evident if the people would receive it, if you would receive it. Then you wouldn't have to commit criminal acts. So I'm asking you people in jails and prisons, the stuff like this, when you come out, when you find yourselves being pushed to the walls, you got to commit this crime or something's going to go crazy. Take a different action. Let the world know the best you possibly can, not just by committing a crime and have them pointing at you, but expose the system that is denying you the freedom, the life that you were designed to have from the beginning of time. Expose it. Let them know where the pain is. Let them know what needs to be done. That's what I'm talking about. So how do you think I felt? Talking like this. And in 2016, they were telling you that Donald Trump was a devil. They were telling you that Miss Clinton was the devil. They were telling you all about Donald Trump and his history of being a devil. They were telling you all about Miss Clinton and her history of being a devil. And the people, like pigs, when it's feeding time, going to the trough to be slopped, went to the polls, voting for one or the other. Dude, that's insane. It's absolutely insane. And so, when I say to you, you're just only 50% of the problem. They are the other part. But now that you know that, I'm calling on you, the criminals. Those of you who say, I put my freedom on the line. I'm calling on you to stand up. The people in the world, they need leadership. I mean, true leadership. And I'm not talking about people standing up saying, I will lead you here, I will lead you there. No, I'm talking about people coming together, standing up for what's right. They ain't trying to lead nobody anywhere. They just standing up for what's right and be damned anything that's not right. And doing what's right. And let righteousness expose the hellness on this earth. Let righteousness take care of that. You just be, and we just be, and I guarantee you, my friends, there's something that you will receive from the Spirit that the world can't give and the world can't take it away. It's pure joy in the midst of this. Because what seemed so wonderful yesterday, now that you understand what's going on, ain't that wonderful at all. It's just a con game that you've awakened to and you decided no more. Well, I think that's about long enough. I think you got my message, and I want to thank all of you for just taking a moment in time and reflecting. This is yours. Until next, Eddie Marcus, goodbye.